Direct. It's your boy, always real, never fake. Alex RAWTAlk is in the building. This live stream is not a usual live stream. I tried to bite my tongue for as long as I could about the bad booking in WWE. I am so sick and tired of Triple H bullshit booking legends to lose to fucking Gunter. Who the hell is Gunter? Nobody's buying fucking Gunter's merch. So it makes no sense that he made John Cena lose to Gunther. Like if Gunther was Roman Reigns or Cody Rhodes or freaking CM Punk. If you're gonna make a legend like John Cena lose on Saturday Night main event, make it make sense. I'd rather him had lost in this fucking pay-per-view, which I'm gonna curse a lot, guys, because this shit got me fucking mad. Me being 43 and being a fucking wrestling fan since fucking Hulk Hogan fought Andre the Giant. This is a disrespect to me. This is a real disrespect to me. This is why exactly my friends did not want to tell me that he was gonna lose. Like, I'm genuinely fucking upset. Because first it was Goldberg. They put it so he could beat Goldberg. Now he fucking beat Johnson. Who the fuck is Gunther? Who cares about Gunther? Who fucking buys his merch? The dude is a fucking loser. The Rock needs to do something, man. He owns a majority stake on TKO, the company that basically owns WWE. He needs to do something with Triple H. He needs to fire him. He needs to do something. I've been biting my tongue not to talk about this on the channel, but I'm fucking fed up. I'm fed up with Triple H's fucking bad booking, bad decisions, and the way that wrestlers are fucking. Who the fuck is Gunther? Seriously. He's a nobody. He has no fucking belts. I generally don't like the fucking guy. I don't like him at all. I know wrestling is supposed to be fake, whatever the case. I don't like him. I don't like the way he carries himself outside the ring. He thinks he's the shit because I seen him in fucking interviews, and I don't like him as a wrestler. I don't like him as a wrestler, and it's just crazy. It's crazy that Triple H booked John Cena to lose to Gunther. Jesus Christ, good lord, yo. And then they're talking about the whole scheme of the freaking pay-per-view was bringing up new talent. Gunther's old. He's not freaking young for that. They should have put, I don't know, who else? Who's one of these young wrestlers that started wrestling in the WWE not too long ago besides Rey Mysterio? Sorry, Dominic Mysterio. There's a couple of them that he could have freaking lost to. Matter of fact, these dudes, the Roman Reigns' freaking cousins. You know, the one, what's his name? Damn. The one that has that fashion with the other tall cousin. I forget his freaking name, man. The younger brother of the Usos. They could have bought him to lose against John Cena. Since they want to talk about, they want to put the whole scheme of the freaking Saturday Night pay-per-view, all bringing up new talent. They could have put him. But Gunter, like, get out of here, bro. Ain't nobody trying to buy no damn Gunter merch. The Usos. Yeah, the Usos' younger brother. I forget his name. The wrestler. They could have put him to lose to John Cena to lose to him. But Gunter, I'm just so sick and tired of them putting Gunter over. For what reason? He doesn't even have a freaking title. I understand if you're trying to put somebody over because they're a champion, but the guy's not a champion. They don't even want to give him another title. Jimmy, I believe. No, Jimmy's one of the twins, bro. Broski. Jimmy's one of the twins. Um, I don't know. I'm about to ask Chat GBT. But I got emotional, bro, because I've been a wrestling fan for more than 20 years. And it's just crazy how they keep booking shows and messing up bad. Putting over people that don't deserve to be over. Like, that's just crazy. No tech, bro. Nah, I'm talking about wrestling, bro. Because I don't like what they did to John Cena, bro. I felt very disrespected just watching this damn show. I really did feel disrespected. This was bullshit. Really bullshit. What is the name of the youngest brother of the Usos?
The youngest brother of the Usos is Solo Sikoa, whose real name is Joseph Fatu.
There you go. Solo Sikoa. If they would have booked John Cena to lose to Solo Sikoa, I would have been okay. But freaking Gunther, like, get the hell out of here, bro. Get the hell out of here. Who is Gunther? Nobody cares about Gunther. And if you really wanna get down to the nitty gritty, guys, this is talking about tech. Because where do you have to watch Monday Night Raw? Netflix. Netflix is not a TV channel. Netflix is a streaming service. It's one of the biggest tech giants. Netflix took out freaking Blockbuster. They took out freaking Hollywood Video. They took out Directors Video. They took out everybody that had to do with you where you used to go to rent movies. And if you're young, you're not gonna remember that. So I mean, and where did you have to watch the pay-per-view at? Peacock? Peacock is a streaming service. It's not a channel on cable. So it's just crazy, man. The bad booking goes on, man. This shit is just crazy. I'm disgusted with Triple H. The Rock, since he's majority owner of TKO, he owns like 60% of it. And I'm not even joking, I'm being dead serious. He needs to talk to Triple H and be like, yo, if you don't do a better job, I'm sorry. I might be cool with you. Your wife might get mad at me. Vince might get mad at me, but I'm gonna have to fire you. I'm going to have to fire you. And a lot of YouTubers that are big that talk about wrestling are saying that this is coming soon. That Triple H is gonna have to step down. The views are going down and everything. Why? Why you guys think I didn't watch it yesterday? I had read chilled at McDonald's than watch the Saturday main event because soon as I seen Gunther, I was like, they're gonna put this mother effer to win. And that's exactly what they did. They freaking disgusted the shit out of me. So it's just crazy, man. It's crazy. But we are gonna talk about tech though. Because it's going around that Netflix is freaking buying Disney. They're not only gonna buy Disney. Apple's supposed to buy Disney, but I don't know what happened with that. Netflix is trying to buy Disney and buy the whole Warner Brothers DC, which means buying HBO Max and everything that comes with HBO Max. And Netflix is trying to do a monopoly. Now, I don't know if the SEC and the DOJ is going to allow that. I don't know how that's going to work out when it comes to streaming services, buying other streaming services. But that's really a monopoly. That is definitely a monopoly. Imagine Netflix owning Disney. That means they own Disney, Hulu, and ESPN. And then on top of that, owning Netflix. I mean, on top of that, owning HBO Max. That is crazy. That is super monopoly. But yeah, man. Freaking Triple H needs to do a better job at booking at these pay-per-views because the views are gonna get down and The Rock is gonna have no choice but to fire him. Or somebody high up from the TKO brand. They're gonna have to be like, look, man, Paul Levesque, we appreciate what you did, but you're falling off. You're pushing somebody that has no title. The whole center of attention of Saturday Night Live was to put over young talent, and Gunther is not a fucking young talent. He's not young at all. I see. He's around my freaking age. And if he's not, then damn. If when he reaches my age, he's gonna look like an old ass man because he already looks old as hell. Looks like he's in his 50s. How old is Gunther, the wrestler?
Whose real name is Walter Hahn, was born on August 20th, 1987, making him 38 years old.
Look at that. 38. He looks older than me, and I'm 43. That is crazy. Gunther's 38. He's literally what? Freaking 7 years younger than me. And he looks older than me. That is crazy. Crazy as hell. He's not young, but that's bro, he's not a star. Nobody nobody really gives a crap about Gunther, to be honest. I don't consider Gunther a star at all. Stars are the ones who sell out merch, like the Usos, freaking CM Punk, freaking this dude, what's his name? Cody Rhodes, who else? Of course, my favorite wrestler, Roman Reigns. Those are the stars. He's not a star. He's just somebody they're trying to put over as a star, but he hasn't got the same love that the other ones get because nobody really cares about Gunther. Nobody cares about Gunther. Hello? Yo. You didn't hear Estoy haciendo un vivo, bro. You guys didn't hear everybody boo when Gunther won? They wasn't happy that Gunther beat John Cena. Everybody in that stadium, even the famous people that were there, were upset. Whatever her name is, Kylie Perry, whatever the hell her name is, everybody was upset. Everybody was saying, "This is bullshit. This is bullshit." And then they were saying, "Fuck you" to Triple H. Of course, nobody cared for Gunther to win. So you guys gotta understand, we are the ones who speak. If we don't go to them live events, ain't nobody making money. If we don't watch these pay-per-views, ain't nobody making money. So they really need to sit back and think and be like, yo, this bad booking that you're doing, Triple H, needs to stop. John Cena needed to beat Gunther. Why the fuck did you push Gunther over? And then he was smiling, his jackass, hugging John Cena and laughing because people were cursing at him and booing him. At the end of the day, they're gonna have to do something about Triple H. They're definitely. Déjame tirarte para atrás, Julio. They're definitely gonna have to do something about Triple H. His ass freaking not doing his job correctly, trying to push somebody over that nobody cares about. Because like I said, there's bigger YouTubers on here that have millions of subscribers, guys, that talk about wrestling, and they do diligence research. And a lot of them were saying, "Oh, Gunter's merch sales are down. I hope that they don't put him over beating John Cena because I'm gonna be upset. I'm not watching wrestling anymore." And these are people that have millions of subscribers. So me talking, yeah, man, it's crazy, TJ. It's really crazy how bad Triple H booked this show and made fucking John Cena lose. I'm disgusted. I am really disgusted. And if this is how wrestling is gonna be, I don't want to see wrestling. For real. I don't. I'm not even joking. I don't want to see wrestling no more. I stopped watching it for years. I started watching it again because of Roman Reigns and the Shield. That's what got me back into wrestling, to be completely honest with you guys. But if this is how Jay-Z is gonna, I mean, look at me, Jay-Z. If this is how Triple H is gonna be doing shit, I'm Gucci. I'm good. Mm-mm. For real. Anybody else could have beat John Cena and I would have been happy. Anybody else except Gunther. Let's be honest. I don't like Gunther for nothing in the world. No- Yeah, but Triple H is the one that makes the decisions, bro. Triple H is the one. You never seen that Insider show on Netflix where it's saying him, he makes the decisions. Don't you remember for Royal Rumble? This dude that he's a famous YouTuber, famous streamer, what's his name? ISO Speed. He was just supposed to be there greeting John Cena and them. And then the wrestler got hurt for real, and he was in backstage and back. And he was like, "Oh, you go, you go, you go, ISO Speed, go in." So he's the one who makes the ultimate decisions, bro. He's basically making the decisions for the company like Vince McMahon used to do. And Vince McMahon would have never allowed some bullshit like that. Don't think that Vince McMahon was not mad that he put Gunther over freaking um John Cena. Because I know if Vince McMahon would have never got hit with all them allegations, you know what I'm saying? He would have been Gucci. If he would have been doing things good, he would still been running WWE. And this shit would have never happened. Would have never happened. He'd be like, no, I don't want Gunther there. It's whatever I say, I'm the owner. So we're putting somebody else. Shit, they could have put Randy Orton to go over. You keep buffering off and on, Alex. What you mean buffering? I'm on Wi-Fi, bro. I'm not using the freaking what's this called? The Boost Mobile AT&T internet. So I shouldn't be buffering. That's gotta be your internet, broski. Because I'm using my files and I'm in my room. I'm what, a couple of feet away from the router. So it's crazy, man. It is really crazy that they put Gunther over. I was mad when they put him over with freaking what's his name? Freaking oh my god. This dude. Oh my god. I forgot his name all over again. The one that retired recently in the summer. That he fought him on the Saturday night main event too, and then they just cut him off. They didn't even want to let him see Goldberg. They didn't even want to let Goldberg. So what was the whole point? Look, this is the stupid shit. They took the title. They put him to beat Jimmy Uso. Well, look at me, Jay Z. Jackass Triple H put Gunter to beat Jimmy Uso back for the title to then not even give it to freaking Goldberg, and then he lost. Goldberg lost to him. Like that was a bad booking too, man. Triple H is doing a horrible job as the head of creative stuff at WWE. He is. He is. He's a joke. Triple H is a mother loving joke. He's not doing shit right at all. Not at all. What he did to John Cena yesterday was disgusting. Utterly effing disgusting. It was a shit show. And I'm glad everybody cursed him out. Because if I would have been there, I would have cursed him out too. I would have said F you to him too. I would have said this is BS too. I would have been right along with that crowd. Spending my hard earned money to see fucking Gunther win. Who gives a fuck about Gunther? Get the hell out of here. Gunther, these motherfucking nuts. That's what I think about Gunther. Like I said, I genuinely don't like the dude at all. Not even joking. I don't like him. I don't like the way that he thinks he's the shit when he does interviews. He's not humble. One thing is carrying an act to be a hard ass on TV for the fans and for storylines on WWE. And another thing is to act like a dickhead when you're doing interviews. So his persona, he takes it serious. Like that's just the asshole that he is in real life too. It's not an act. Not an act at all. Not an act at all. And now Verizon is giving out free lines. Verizon is giving out free lines to their customers. Well, to qualified customers. Let me make that clear. They're giving out free lines to qualified customers. Verizon Wireless giving out free lines to qualified customers. They're trying to retain customers because they've been doing a bad job at it. People been leaving Verizon like there's no tomorrow. Verizon, I don't got Verizon anymore. I'm out. Is that people are looking for more cost-effective solutions, guys. And the way that Verizon's doing things is not cost-effective, to be completely honest with you guys. So a lot of people just been leaving Verizon. So Verizon is trying to pull a T-Mobile and try to give people free lines to get them to stay. Is that gonna make the customer stay? I really don't know. To be completely honest, I really don't know. To me personally, Verizon is expensive. Is it getting cheaper now? Yeah, but I still don't, I still don't see people running in flocks to Verizon. And the people that do get Verizon, I mean, look at how desperate Verizon is right now. They're talking about they could give you a cheaper price than the price you get from T-Mobile or AT&T. And in my situation, Verizon can't give me a cheaper price because for my phone line itself, if I was to remove the Netflix, the Netflix for two TVs HD, then it would go back to me paying my regular price. Then I would pay $67 a month for a business line, and I got the unlimited ultimate plan. So how is Verizon supposed to beat that? How's Verizon supposed to beat that? And I got truly unlimited data that doesn't slow down. I got 100 gigs of hotspot. I got Netflix. I got all these bells and whistles. So I would love to know how Verizon would beat that. How Verizon would be able to compete with you know, with T-Mobile in my situation. You know what I'm saying? I think, in other situations, yeah, they might be good. You know what I'm saying? But directly in my situation, they can't compete with the pricing that I got with T-Mobile. Hell no. Because even when they be at the Walmart at the 24 hour, well, it used to be 24 hour at the Super Center Walmart, and there was a Verizon rep there, and he was like, "Oh, bro, what service you got?" I was like, "T-Mobile. I got T-Mobile Business." And he was like, "Oh shit, for real? You got T-Mobile Business?" I'm like, "Yeah, I got T-Mobile Business." And he was like, "Oh, and how much do you pay?" I was like, "Well, since I got the insider hookup, I get 20% off my bill. So my bill's supposed to be $90 and I pay 67." And he was like, "What plan you got?" And I showed him the unlimited ultimate plan. Oh no, we can't. No. We try to offer something like that, we're losing money. So Verizon can't really lie and be like, "Yeah, we're gonna give you exactly we're gonna compete with T-Mobile," when they can't. When T-Mobile has you as a customer and they give you that insider hookup deal, it's a wrap. You're not going nowhere. And it's true, I'm not going nowhere. Why would I want to go to Verizon and pay more money than I'm paying with T-Mobile? Why would I want to go to AT&T and T and pay? No, that makes no damn sense. That doesn't make any damn logical sense. So I'm gonna stay where I'm at. T-Mobile's treating me better. And guys, I'm sorry. I should have said I'm gonna edit the live stream after I end it. Wrestling and mobile tech. But I'm being dead up with you guys. There's none of them can compare to the pricing that I'm getting and what I'm paying with T-Mobile. So, like I said, Verizon was at the freaking um Walmart, and it was like, yeah, we can't compete with that. $67 a month. I'm like, yep, for a business line. Yeah, yeah, no, no, no. You stay where you're at. And then when I went with my cousin to the other Walmart, they had AT&T people there. And the AT&T rep said the same thing. Oh yeah, no, we can't compete with that. How much you paying? I was like 67. Yeah, yeah, we can't compete with that, Alex. You stay with T-Mobile. Shit. I don't blame me for staying with them. If I was getting some kind of deal like that from a carrier, I wouldn't go nowhere either. And that is a fact. That is a fact. So, Verizon could talk a good game talking about some bring your T-Mobile bill to to the Verizon store and we'll match that deal. And I just don't believe it because they're not going to be able to match the deal. Definitely not going to be able to match that deal. What I'm getting from freaking T-Mobile, ain't no company going to be able to match that deal. You know what I'm saying? I'm making great money. But guys, don't forget, if you thought Saturday Night Live event was shit, hit that like button. Especially if you think the fact that um Gunther beat John Cena was bullshit, definitely smash that like button. Definitely, definitely. You know. because they made John Cena look bad, and that's why I got off the subject and started talking about mobile tech because I got emotional. I've been a freaking wrestling fan for 20 plus years, and for them to do this bullshit to John Cena was a smack in the face. Gunther out of all people, they could have done anybody else to push him over except Gunther. But yeah, like I was saying, Verizon could talk all that good shit to us. Yeah, yep, it's crazy, guys. Next, well, longer Verizon keeps prepaid that low. I mean, yeah, in the prepaid segment, they're killing it, of course. But in the postpaid segment, Verizon is not going to try to compete. Trust me. And then listen, they're only giving you a free line for 36 months. The free lines that T-Mobile's giving you is for the life of your account. It's not for 36 months. What Verizon's doing is giving you a free line if you qualify for it, and then you can't even get discounts or nothing. It's BYOD. It's completely I don't know if T-Mobile's is BYOD because as far as I can remember, my brother was able to add a line for free on his account. My other brother, my oldest brother, on his T-Mobile account for free, and upgraded to the iPhone 17, I think it was, and there's a free line on his account. T-Mobile's not charging him for it. So yeah, BYOD, and then only 36 months, and then T-Mobile says it's for the life of your account. You know what I'm saying? That you'll get the line for free. So yeah, nah, I'll take T-Mobile over Verizon any day when it comes to the free line. 36 months is not enough to persuade somebody for a free line. Oh, you're gonna get a free line, but it's only free for 36 months, 3 years. After the 3 years, we could change the price to whatever we want. You know. At that point, you might as well go to prepaid. Like I said, don't even worry about a free line with Verizon. Go to Visible, go to Total, and pay way less. And that's a fact. I'm just spewing facts. Because why would you want to waste your hard-earned money on service that you know that's reliable? Because Verizon is really reliable. I'm just saying, if you're gonna try to keep me as a customer, it ain't gonna be no damn 36 months deal. This ain't a phone upgrade, bitch. It's a freaking line. This ain't a finance. I understand doing a finance for 36 months. That's fine. But a free line for 36 months? No, I don't think so. No, no, no. If you really want to sweeten the pot, you got to do like 66 months basically. Make it 6 years long, hopefully. Oh, okay. I mean, yeah, like I said, Verizon is a great company. Trust me. Me using Visible that runs on the Verizon network in total, it has been a great experience, guys. Seriously. I'm not taking nothing away from Verizon's greatness. I just think that, it is what it is. Damn. Yo, these lithium ion batteries really get affected by the cold, yo. I charged up my Pixel and it's at 67% right now because my room is cold as hell. That's crazy. I'm gonna have to put this shit back to charge. I go to sleep by listening to music, guys. This is crazy. My Pixel's at 67. I'm gonna have to I'm gonna have to take this shit downstairs with me or some shit. For real. Cause this shit draining the battery like that wasn't even using it. What the hell? And the battery health on the Pixel is at 100% because I hardly use it. So this is just bonkers to me. I had to put it on the charger because I need it for later on pretty soon. Pretty soon I gotta stop this live stream because I gotta get up at 10 a.m. to go to work. But yeah, guys, this is just it's crazy. Like I said, you know, I gotta be honest. Is it good that they're giving you a free line? Yes. Is it bad that they're putting stipulations? Yes. Because how you gonna tell me I'm gonna give you a free line for being a loyal Verizon customer and then stick it to me and say, well, guess what? It's only free for 36 months. So it's bad enough that you're not even letting me get upgrades on this line. This line is not gonna qualify for financing options. It's called BYOD, so you gotta bring your own phone all the time. So for the next 3 years, I gotta bring my own phone and I gotta make sure it's a BYOD. Because if not, I lose it. Just like like the total situation is a BYOD. And if it's not a BYOD, you lose the discount. So you'll lose the free line if you get a phone that's a Verizon branded phone. Um, is effing stupid. It is effing stupid. There's no other way around it. There's no ifs and buts. It's stupid. If you're making the line be a BYOD, then let me keep it for the remainder of my account for how many years I want to stay with you. Let it be free, because it makes no sense for you to say it's BYOD, but yet it's only 36 months free, and then after the 36 months, Verizon can sit here and stick it to you. Nah, I'm Gucci. Like I said, when companies don't do shit that's right, I mean, like I said, the T-Mobile free line is better. The T-Mobile free line doesn't say nothing about no stipulations about 3, 5 years, 5 years guarantee with this free line. None of that bullshit. And even if it was 5 years guarantee for the line, free line, it's still better than 3. And that's a fact. It's still better than 3. So this BS that Verizon is trying to pull, yeah, no. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. I understand they're a great company. They got great coverage, but trying to keep somebody with a 36-month network. Correct. Yo, what's up, OG Tech? What's good, bro? Yeah, you're still gonna have the Verizon network. You're right about that. With visible or total. Who are we talking? Oh, we was talking about Triple H and the bad booking he did with John Cena. He put John Cena to lose to Gunther, which I know a lot of people on YouTube don't care for Gunther. Even people in his own country in Europe don't care about him as a wrestler. So yeah. So the bad booking. So I know I'm gonna have a lot of likes on this live stream with people agreeing that it was bullshit that John Cena lost to Gunther. We've been competing going back to AT&T or T-Mobile's doing great, bro. I'm gonna be brutally honest with you guys. T-Mobile is doing great. The only thing that Verizon beats T-Mobile on is literally millimeter wave. Millimeter wave. But you guys see how fast the internet is in my house with T-Mobile. Right now, I could basically pull over a gig on Metro or T-Mobile with N41. So, N41 is vital to T-Mobile. Vital to T-Mobile. So that being said, I wouldn't choose Verizon over T-Mobile. Me personally. Me personally, why? Because T-Mobile has treated me better and taken better care of me as a customer than any other carrier. And that's a fact. I had, bullshit. They're not better than T-Mobile. Yeah, that's something I like about Verizon and AT&T. More of the network in my area. Oh, okay. Better treat me better. Yeah, T-Mobile does treat me better, bro. They really do. They do treat me better. Like they care on. You know how many credits T-Mobile gave me over the years when I had service issues? No ifs and buts, right then and there. Oh well, we're sorry you went through this. $80. No ifs and buts. Verizon, oh, are you sure your tower's down? Are you sure you don't have? Yeah. So I used to be going off on Verizon. You guys remember? I even went off on their what is it called? What is it? Consumer, their fake ass office of the president. I forgot what that bullshit team is called. And you guys remember I did a live stream cursing out the lady because she thought it was funny that I didn't have service on Verizon. Yep. Definitely crazy. Definitely crazy. I know there's more people coming in here, but I already talked about the Triple H bad booking with John Cena and Goldberg, and now we're talking about tech. What MVNO agreement between Xfinity Mobile and did you put T-Mobile coverage data QCI? Xfinity Mobile doesn't run on T-Mobile, bro. They run on Verizon. Xfinity Mobile doesn't run on T-Mobile, bro. It runs on Verizon's now. For my identity, even through the information yeah, it's bad, bro. I'm telling you, it's bad. I'm there going work my off paying my phone off to go to truly unlimited. So look, new agreement starting in 2026. Oh, for real? I didn't know that. Well, Xfinity wants to buy T-Mobile. They've been in talks about that. Xfinity buying T-Mobile, and they got the money to buy them. Xfinity is the biggest company in the United States when it comes to cable service. But let me see if Google Gemini knows. Give me a second. Gemini, what is the agreement between Xfinity Mobile and T-Mobile for internet and call? What is going to be the QCI level?
Xfinity Mobile primarily uses the Verizon network and not T Mobile for its internet and call services. Recently, Comcast has upgraded the QCI level for most of its Xfinity Mobile customers to QCI 8. This means they get prioritized data access, which should result in faster speeds and better performance, especially during network congestion. Does that clarify things for you?
Well, I heard that in 2026, T-Mobile is going to be providing the network for Xfinity Mobile. It's not going to be Verizon anymore.
While Xfinity does use T Mobile's network in some areas, the primary provider remains Verizon. I haven't found any confirmed information about T Mobile taking over completely in 2026. Where did you hear that?
A friend.
It's understandable to hear different rumors. Partnership changes happen sometimes in the industry. But as far as official information, the current setup is still Verizon as the primary network for Xfinity Mobile. Was there anything specific you were curious about regarding potential changes?
Yeah, like in what areas does T-Mobile provide service for Xfinity Mobile?
T-Mobile's network is mainly used as a backup or supplementary network for Xfinity Mobile in certain areas where the Verizon coverage might be weaker. It's not a widespread primary service for all customers. Are you experiencing specific issues with your service?
No, I'm just wondering.
Gotcha. It's always good to be informed. So for now, Verizon is the one to rely on for Xfinity Mobile. Is there anything else I can help you understand about their service?
No, that was all.
Sounds good. Feel free to ask if any other questions come up.
I love Google Gemini. I'm telling you, I've been using that shit over Siri for the last week because he's smarter. Well, I chose a dude voice. On my other phone is a chick. But yeah, he says that in certain locations, well, Gemini says that in certain locations, um, T-Mobile does provide service for Xfinity Mobile customers where Verizon doesn't have service. So I didn't even know that. I didn't know they had an agreement with T-Mobile. $1 billion for Google Gemini. Well, freaking Apple could afford that. Apple's net worth is like is trillions of freaking dollars. I mean, let's just ask Gemini. Watch Gemini. What is Apple's net worth?
As of December 14th, 2025, Apple's net worth is approximately $4.11 trillion. Keep in mind that number can change quite quickly with market fluctuations.
That's a lot of money.
Their valuation reflects their global presence and the success of their products.
So there you go. They're worth basically as much as a freaking bank. So they could definitely afford 1 billion for Google Gemini. And Apple, if you see this live stream, you should pay the 1 billion. Gemini is freaking awesome. You can find a way to include Gemini into replace Siri by Gemini. Anyway, the ones who sold you Siri was Samsung, so you could buy a Gemini from Apple and it'll be okay. I mean, from Google and it'll be okay. But it'll be okay. You know that Google Search is the only app that you could prefer to use on your iPhone over Safari. Apple doesn't allow you to use no other search engine, just Siri and Google. So they have a really tight relationship. So I think they should fluctuate with flying colors. But yeah, guys, back to what I was saying. Prepaid is definitely a game changer. Like I said, Visible is my personal my solution over Verizon postpaid. Verizon postpaid customer care sucks. The way they talk to you suck. The way you gotta argue to get a credit on your account sucks. Their freaking Office of the President, which is called Consumer Relations, is what is the name. Yep, Consumer Relations sucks. So they just suck all around, except on service. And like I said, the only thing they got beat T-Mobile on is on freaking millimeter wave. Other than that, T-Mobile has the coverage. T-Mobile has the coverage. Verizon had minimal coverage in northern Pennsylvania, where I was at, and freaking T-Mobile had us all the bars. Had an N41. I was pulling 700. You guys know I put that on my shorts, that video, and that was in northern Pennsylvania. So definitely, definitely, T-Mobile has boosted their freaking presence in northern Pennsylvania. You know what I'm saying? So T-Mobile is going up, man. T-Mobile's definitely going up. Xfinity Mobile made agrees to sell it. Yeah. I mean, yeah. I mean, I'm pretty sure there's bands that Xfinity own. Yeah, man, because like I said, man, Verizon to me was a nightmare. You know. I'm not saying T-Mobile customer care is perfect, but they're way better than Verizon. In my personal opinion. They're better than Verizon. Verizon's customer care sucks bad. Bad, bad, bad. You'll hear plenty of people saying that they suck. They suck. They suck. They suck. They suck. So I mean, what can I say? It is what it is. They could stay sucking. You know, it is what it is, guys. I think Verizon's weakest point is their customer care. To be completely honest with you guys, that's Verizon's weakest point, their customer service. Because their customer service is just, oof, for real, for real, for real, for real. And in some stores, I would go into, like I said before, and they would look at me like I couldn't afford Verizon. They wouldn't even ask me, "Oh, sir, do you need help with something?" You know what I'm saying? They would just assume shit. Oh, this dude can't even afford Verizon, and he all up in here in the Verizon store. And I never went into a T-Mobile store and was treated like that. Well, there was one particular store that I went into that they acted like I was part of the background. And then when somebody I usually pay my bill on the T Life app, but since them people wanted to act stupid, I gave the girl my number and she's like, "Oh, there's some kind of mistake here. This is a business account." And I said, "Yeah, there's no mistake. What's the mistake?" "So you have a business account." "Yeah, what's the problem?" "Oh, no, no, no. I'm just saying yeah, okay, okay. So you want to pay your bill?" I'm like, "Yeah, I want to pay my bill." And then she was like, "Oh my God." She think I didn't hear her. She was going to the back. "I can't believe that guy has a business account. I'm over here thinking he can't even afford T-Mobile. That's why you shouldn't judge a book by its cover." And in my head, I'm thinking, yes, you're damn right. Because I was going to leave because they were being super freaking ignorant, just like the Verizon store. And I said, you know what? I'm going to stay. I'm going to pay these extra $5 just to make them feel stupid. And when they pulled up my account, that's the first thing she said. "I think I got the wrong. What's your name again?" I gave her my name. "Give me your phone number again." "So you have a business?" I'm like, "Yeah." Don't judge. Never judge a book by its cover. Is don't judge. I mean, how can I say this? I would have to agree and disagree. Why? Why would I have to disagree with that claim? For the simple fact that, you know, Verizon Verizon got shitty service at the bar where I used to work at, guys. So that's where I have to disagree with that. Verizon got shitty service at the bar. And you guys know I always told you that shit. And at the club where I used to work at, shitty service. At the other bar I worked at, shitty service. It's like every bar that I went to work at, Verizon had no service in them bars. But guess who had service? T-Mobile. So that's why I say it's true but not true at the same time, because your service has got to be able to penetrate the building. It's not only about me going outside. So what the hell, good thing I did have T-Mobile business. Imagine all them years that I worked at these clubs and shit having Verizon as my primary freaking cell phone provider. No service at the club, no service at the other club in Pennsylvania, no service at the other bar in Pennsylvania that I worked at, that I told you guys when I was still working bars that were paying me good money, $150 a night. None of them places that I went to in them structures, Verizon has service. My freaking 14 Pro would show the satellite looking for service, SOS. So yeah, it's not valid. From my personal testing and my experience in Pennsylvania, in New Jersey, for the most part, in certain structures, Home Depot, Verizon loses service. At the mall, now it got better. It used to be bad. I would go to the bathroom and Verizon had no service. Now it has one bar. You know what I'm saying? So every company has its blind spot. But I noticed that Verizon here in New Jersey, in Hamilton, Trenton, uh, Cherry Hill, New Jersey, Verizon service doesn't penetrate a lot of the buildings. I'm being serious. A lot of the buildings Verizon does not penetrate. I'll go in that structure and it'll say no service. No service whatsoever. How would you rate AT&T? AT&T gets better service. As much as I despise AT&T, they do get better service inside structures. Because inside the bar, AT&T have one bar, which is better than no bars. You know what I'm saying? And at the club, one bar, two bars. I would literally have to go outside the club in Pennsylvania for Verizon to have service. And I told you guys that last year. I mean this year in the summer when I made them videos speed testing in Marsville, Pennsylvania. Like Verizon has shitty service in Marsville. You know what I'm saying? And that's right across the bridge from Trenton. And their in building freaking service sucks. I gotta be completely honest. Hey, it sucks. At the bar, my homegirls that the waiters, I mean the bartenders, they would have to have their phone on Wi-Fi, and I told you guys that they would have to have it on the files Wi-Fi that my ex boss, because he's not my boss no more. He wanted me to go back and work, and I told him no because he didn't want to pay me what I wanted. I wanted $150 a night. And he wasn't trying to pay that, so I said no. So anyway, moving forward, at that bar that I worked for so many years, Verizon had to be on Wi-Fi calling because there was no service in there. SOS. So yeah, there's places where Verizon and even T-Mobile in certain structures, back then. Now it's like T-Mobile's the best. So they're not lying. When they say they got the nation's largest 5G footprint, they do. N41 is more reliable than millimeter wave. And everybody knows that. Millimeter wave, just by being blocked by trees or a house, game over. N41 will penetrate right through that mother loving tree and right through that mother loving house. Because you see, at my house, I get over a gig. In my room, in the dining room, in the living room, in the kitchen, you guys see over a gig. So N41 has way better penetrating properties than millimeter wave and C-band. C-band is a great, you know, has a great structure, but it's not as good as in penetrating buildings um like N41. I gotta be honest. You guys know I've been testing these networks already since 2020 for the last 5 years. And for the last 5 years, T-Mobile has been the best. You guys remember a couple of years back, I had Verizon as my main carrier, and what did I did? I ported my number out from Verizon to T-Mobile Business. And my Verizon OG number is with T-Mobile Business. And that's been my number for the last 5 years or 6 years. So I got to be honest. Do I love the Verizon service? Yes. But does it penetrate better than T-Mobile and AT&T? No, it really does not. So when you go into Home Depot over here, you can forget about your Verizon. Well, yeah, LTE does have better penetrating properties. And of course, C-band N77 penetrates way better than millimeter wave. Millimeter wave is not meant to really penetrate buildings. You know, it's not really meant to penetrate buildings because the stores across the street from McDonald's. As soon as I go into the corner store, millimeter wave doesn't work. It kicks into C-band, so I'll pick up like 550 inside the store. Now if it's see-through glass, like glass windows, like at the pizza shop, then yeah, millimeter wave will penetrate glass. But it's even at McDonald's. McDonald's is right next to millimeter wave, and it has a lot of glass. But McDonald's is also made out of cement bricks, so it has a hard time penetrating them bricks. Yeah. So that's good. They're both great in your area, bro. The fastest I gotten with visible at my house is around 800 on C-band. So C-band has great penetration properties. They really do. C-band really does have great penetration properties, guys. It really does have penetration properties. You know, like I love C-band. I really do. I love millimeter wave too, though. I love millimeter wave. I know I haven't done a millimeter wave speed test, guys, but it's cold as hell out there. Let's see. Let's ask Gemini how cold it is right now in Trenton, New Jersey, which he already knows where I'm at. So, Gemini, what is the current weather in my area?
Current weather in Trenton, New Jersey, 16 degrees Fahrenheit, but it feels like 3 degrees Fahrenheit. It's cloudy with a humidity of 70% and a wind of 10 miles per hour from the west.
There you go. 16 and it feels like 3. I'm freezing in my room. I gotta buy a little heater. I am freezing in here. Yep. So yeah, there you go. So you think I want to speed test millimeter wave in 16 degrees weather that feels like it's 3 degrees? No, I don't think so. I'm Gucci. Yeah, I like N77. Yeah, N77 is great. N77 and N78 are C band. Those are the two bands for C band, as far as I know. Don't you know what I'm saying, guys? You know what I'm saying? But guys, I will definitely do a live stream later on for you guys because you guys know I gotta get up at 10 o'clock in the morning, so I need to drink my sleeping pills and get to sleep pretty soon because I gotta work in a couple hours. So thank you so much for the support once again. If you agree with me that it was bad booking by Triple H and having John Cena get pinned by Gunther is bullshit, hit that like button. And if you like the live stream, hit that like button. So like, comment, and subscribe, and I'm gonna catch you guys in the next one, guys. I'll do a live stream later on today around 6 p.m. All right, guys. Deuces. I gotta get sleep. I gotta wake up.